All right. So, Aziz Light. Does anyone know what that's from? You get a cookie, right? Good old Aziz. Post this. Very Dark, who I've already covered, says rated M for ma'am. These designs just highlight how little devs understand their audiences. 99% of players don't want a modernized Natara Lee May costume. The hypocrisy with MK is off the charts now. So, first thing, they do understand the audience. They're just going against it because of ESG. Apparently, having a pair of boobies in a bikini is going to save the environment, right? Secondly, the cameo costumes in this game are actually accurate to their classic costumes. So how is it that when they sell us classic costumes for the main characters, they have to be covered up in this capacity? Why can't they just make them like they did? Right? Losty's reply to this was, maybe spend your time getting good at the game instead of whining and crying because you're seeing no bikinis anymore. Well, as Zena and Tekken 8 has bikinis, Losty, I highly advise, for the safety and security of your mental health, do not buy Tekken 8, because Azuzena is wearing a bikini and we don't know what emotional damage will happen. I replied, she's a shill. Imagine thinking being good at a video game is a winning trait. It's a video game, right? Like, shills are the worst. They're the con artists, they're the used car salesmen and women, right? They will come out and defend the mega corporation. They will make sure that they look good and virtuous in the eyes of whoever and whatever they're trying to achieve, right? The fact that this is a response is a huge loss of integrity. Nobody gives a crap about being good at a video game in the eyes of other people. What matters is if you're having fun. But from a business point of view, or sorry, like from a consumer point of view, has this game respected me enough to earn my currency? And the answer with Mortal Kombat 1 is absolutely not. It hasn't been like that for a while, because NetherRealm decided to come out in the fictional video game, where as male characters we can brutalize and completely murder women in their universe, including women of color. Having sexy outfits was too far. Let me repeat. Mortal Kombat allows me to choose a male character to beat up, brutalize, murder a female character, including ones of color, but a little bit of side boob or some sexy inner thigh was a touch much. This is what's happening with Fortnite right now. In Fortnite, they just push through age-restricted stuff. They are going to make it so that you can't use costumes that you've already bought in certain rated games, because apparently having a gun holster on your hip or grenades on your belt it's like, think of the children, bro. Think of the children while they're shooting each other. Good comeback, but I hate when people say get good at the game. Well, it's not a good comeback then, is it? Not all of us want to spend hours in practice learning how to use at least one combo during an online match. That's right. Video games are supposed to be fun. Fighting games are supposed to be fun. You're supposed to want to jump online, have some fun, hopefully win, hopefully lose. Or actually, no one will hopefully lose, right? But you know what I'm saying, right? You're going to win, you're going to lose some, right? You go in to have some fun. Don't expect to win every time. We all try to, but we can't win them all, okay? This game was primarily made for Ed Bruin's pet, Sonic Hoax, and the rest of these types of shills, right? The esports crowd that cry and complain that they don't get what they want, right? When they come out and they go, well, everyone complained we didn't have combos in MK11. Really? I can pull up the move list in MK11 right now and I can show you the combo list. What combos exactly are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the ones that you can do now, where you can take up 400 to 500 damage to someone's health, but they can't literally do a single thing. There's nothing they can do. They can't armor roll out of it. They can't tech roll out of it. They can't counter it, except for when they got 3 bars in their cameo. And in the first round, unless you get first hit, you're not even going to get close to getting the ability to have those 3 energy bars available, which means that they can take up to almost half, if not half your health, before you even have a chance to having your 3 bars available in case they try to do it again. Funny how not a single pro player, not one of these esports clowns out there mentions anything about defensive measures whatsoever. Somebody made a comment about apparently Tom Brady said something like that. MK Tom Brady. I haven't heard it yet. Somebody's got a link, let me know. But otherwise, none of them say shit. This game is a car with no brakes. I used to teach and train in Taekwondo and Hapkido. You have got to know how to punch, kick, but you've also got to know how to defend, how to block, how to counter. You cannot have a lopsided system. You've got to have both. It applies to every single metric in life, including video games, right? If you had a Dark Souls game where you could just steamroll everyone, right? There's no challenge, right? You don't need to dodge roll or anything like that. Just walk up, one hit, kill him, one hit, off you go, walking through the game, not a single problem. That's crap game design. It's very boring. There's no challenge. You want the challenge. And then you don't want the reverse either, where there are no tools for you. Imagine they took away the dodge roll or the ability to block with a shield or counter, right? In Dark Souls games, right? Or Souls-like games. Imagine they took those away and said, off you go. Just get good, bro. Now, somebody made a mod. I don't know if this is a mod or an edit, right? This is literally how her original thing looks. I've talked about this before. I think I talked about this in the Vera video, right? Some of the sexiest things on a woman is obviously cleavage, inner thighs, right? It's very sexy, okay? The same way for women looking at dudes, they want to see like the shirt off, muscles, stuff like that, whatever. Like, that's sexy. So how is it that the men in the game can appease the woman gaze, but it can't appease the male gaze? That's right, because lefty idiots out there are convinced that somehow the male gaze is akin to you going out and doing something really bad against women. Right? She's right though, most people don't want the modernized versions, but some people make it too big of a deal. Well, the problem is though, is that NetherRealm have come out in MK11 days and said this. They set the bar. They were the ones that came out and said, in our fictional world, where men can brutalize and destroy and murder women, especially women of color, I'm just using your words, bro, showing up in a bikini or some sexy outfits was a touch much. My bad. Right? Vera made a fair argument. Damn, people can't have different opinions in a game anymore. Right? That's right. Am I missing something here that Vera Girl didn't mention anything about the gameplay, and this Losty was so lost she pulled a get good card? So I'm going to give you a little truth bomb here. It's not men. I read this on Twitter earlier, right? Or X. I read this earlier. Right? No straight man in the history of checking out a chick said that they would be much more attractive if they had longer eyelashes. That's some gay man shit. Or some women shit. Right? And I'm not putting gay men down when I say that. What I'm saying is that like a gay man is not interested in having sex with a woman. But they're very sort of effeminate and feminine in the way they think. And the way they view things. Like, oh, you got really lovely hair. And there's this some makeup and stuff. No straight man is looking at a chick going, you know what? If you got some blush, honey, and, you know, maybe fix that schnoz and, you know, put some eyeliner on, you'd be like, whew, it's on like Donkey Kong. Nah, we're just like, tits. That's it, bro. That's it, man. You know it, I know it. Don't sit there and go, oh, that's terrible, it's disgusting to women. Listen, man, I'm going to give you a tip for free. Chicks love being idolized. Chicks want a dude that looks at them like they're just every single pudding you can consume, and they want you to eat them. Eat them, right? Like Cookie Monster with biscuits, okay? If you aren't doing stuff to a chick like Pooh Bear eats honey, you're crap. You know what I'm saying? Right? That's how I roll, bro. Right? I took my inspiration from Winnie the Pooh and the Cookie Monster. Stuff that bitch in. You know what I'm saying? Right? Chicks want to be idolized. But the problem isn't men. It's women. Women are the worst to women. Women undercut other women because women find other women threatening. They don't want a man looking at another woman or finding something else attractive outside of them. Now, I understand that, obviously. Like, you know, obviously you don't want your partner checking out other people because they're with you, right? You're supposed to be the center of their universe. But we're talking about fictional characters here. We're talking about fictional characters that aren't real, right? It doesn't mean anything. It's just outfits. You know, we're not sitting there. You know, nobody's walking in, busting their boyfriend, spanking off to Lara Croft. Like, it doesn't happen, okay? And the same people that sit there and go, you just want to come, you just are horny, you just want to fap to it. And then you check out their timelines. These are the people sitting there wondering if Kenshi and Johnny Cage are sucking each other off. These are the people that are sitting there wondering what relationships all the Mortal Kombat characters they're having. And then posting furry porn. So don't sit there and tell me that, oh, you know, you're just some degenerate, when literally your entire persona is that. I'm not saying Losty is a degenerate. I'm saying Losty is going a little bit Karen here. You know what I mean? Not to mention she's a combat cop as well. You know, I sort of always find it really interesting. It's like, look, if you know there's toxic people out there, just mute it. You don't need to hear people talking while you're playing a fighting game. I actually find that really distracting. But I think some of these people leave this stuff on, especially when they know that they're fighting a girl, so that they can get clips and then put it online for some clout. You'd be surprised, man. That crumb of clout is very addictive. It's like heroin to some of these people, man. Right? Stuffing turkey in your opponent's throat till they literally explode from the inside out is fine, but jiggle physics, that's too far. Again, women are threatened by other women. Women are threatened by anything that takes away the gaze of their partner or potential suitor from them. No, but why is gory violence okay, but little titillation is wrong? Listen, I don't know what happened in Netherrealm, but somebody took all their balls and locked them somewhere in a deep cavern that nobody can find the key or access with a map. See? Cameo costumes are accurate, but they can't do the main character ones. And the main character ones you got to pay for. Keep that in mind. The cameo costumes were part of the base game. The ones that we actually have to pay for with real money converted into dragon crystals, they actually then can't do it properly. Figure that one out. God forbid anyone tell NetherRealm what they're not happy with. How dare us not be in love with the game just because the sponsored content creators are. The whole point in adding customization in a game is to show each person's diversity. Censoring the skins are whack. Again, Azucena from Tekken 8 literally has a bikini costume. She is hot, but I'm not sitting there with a boner. I just like looking at her because she's attractive. I'm a man of, I'm a handful man. I don't believe in more than that. You know, I'm not a greedy fellow. Okay, I believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's hot. Right? And I'm not sitting there, you know, with the WD-40 and toilet roll, you know, shaving the hairs off my palm, you know, because of some fictional character. No, it's just something to look at, bro. I see great looking landscapes in games too. You know, like, what? We can't appreciate beauty, sexiness, femininity? Women are the greatest destroyer of their own sex. And that's a fact, right? Now, the funny part is, you can have chicks that are sexy, right? Zafina, with the costumes so far in Tekken 8 that I've seen, that I was playing in the beta, sexy as hell. Some of them are fully you know, top to toe. Some of them show a little bit of leg. Obviously, you're going to have customization, so you're going to be able to have whatever she wants. I put a bikini mod in with Tekken 7, but also I had her running around on a little, like, sort of like a black, you know, like a denim skirt with like a, I don't know, like a crop top type thing or whatever. Hot. Right? I'm not sitting there fapping off to it. It just looks amazing, right? Like, you can. This is what I mean. Like, they're expecting us to pay for this stuff. But this is this is nether woke to a T, right? Or not really smart, NRS. Because they are getting ESG kickbacks. Apparently, boobs are bad for the environment. That's why they tick all the boxes. That's why they make men look more, like the women look more masculine. And this is why Western developers do this in general. Because they get kickbacks, they get tax breaks, they get bonuses, they get incentives financially for doing this. From other people that are trying to basically make it so that they're trying to get straight men attracted to women that have masculine features, because then the next step, which we've already seen already in the political sphere, is, well, why don't you want to date a trans woman? I don't know, because of the dingle and berries, maybe, perhaps? You know? But they're a woman. No, they're not. What? This is what I mean. This is all indoctrination. It's all a slow creep. Everyone is picking up on it. That's why it's being heavily rejected. Oh, you just want the women to look like dolls like in Tekken. Okay, at least they look like fucking women. Right? I said this, didn't I say this before? If you had a sex doll that looked like a chick, and you had a real chick, and you had a whatever the hell the women are in MK1, I'd take the sex doll. Because I'd be looking at those chicks in MK1 going, yeah, I don't feel right about this. That's transphobic. No, bro, I just don't want a chick with a 5 o'clock shadow. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna lie, the old designs way better postures, and they give both Lee May and Natara life and character. This is the thing. Like, this is the whole, like, men, muscles, buff, Chad, square jaw. Women, slender, feminine. They're sort of like they're alluring femininity and sexuality. That is the lethal side of them, right? I mean, we're playing in a fictional fighting game. These bitches are wearing heels. But they want to talk about realism. The male characters can murder the female characters, including women of color. Just going to point that out again. And they don't think for a second. Hang on a sec. That's bad, right? No. Titty physics are bad. You guys are clowns, man. You don't get it. You literally got dudes murdering women in your fighting game. Beating the crap out of them. But your concern for women stopped at skin. The whole game is Nether Realm are a joke, man. Just nether woke, right? This is the thing though, right? Like, you put it in the game. This guy's got it right, Carson. You know what I think is crazy about NRS being terrified of women's thighs is that it's mostly women complaining about it. That's right, it is. I said this. Women undercut women. Like, if they wanted their sexual skins, give it to them. There are a lot of women out there that want to play as sexy characters. Right? Like nobody wants to design a Karen or run around as a Karen. Right? Or like, you know, middle-aged, you know, just went through menopause female characters. I knew I liked Losty for a reason. Oh, they gotta be a Democrat. That blue wave. Aren't those skins locked behind a paywall? That's right, yeah, we already talked about that. Looks good for Lee May, but not bad for Natara. Natara's not too bad, but again, the thighs, the sexy thighs. Right? Why do you think they took battle damage away after MK9? Because if you go check the battle damage for the MK9 female characters, you get under boob, you get some partial boob because some of it's like been like ripped open and stuff. You can bring out the male characters too, they drop the ball as well. NRS is effing up, and honestly, I don't even think they should be releasing these skins until they can actually show proper respect to the original. Yeah, the Sub-Zero one's awful. It's off. There's like this uncanniness to it. Right? Earn my respect here. Why? Because I'll get good at the fictional fighting game. Okay. Emotional damage, yeah. Right. See, this is the thing. A lot of people are waking up to the shills. And they probably been awake for a while, right? Me voicing it is just something that they've been doing for a while, right? But you're not alone. It's good to call this stuff out. This is censorship. But it's not just censorship. It has been, and like I said, a slow but very steady change that has been happening in not just gaming, but movies and everything, to try and masculinize women, to make it normal that a man should find male characteristics attractive. No straight male finds male characteristics attractive. No man, no straight male does. And gay men don't count because, well, they're gay. They're not interested in women, right? But trans women, dudes that, whatever, right, want straight dudes to be attracted to them. They don't want a gay dude. They want straight dudes. Because then that increases their pool of dating. Don't you guys get it yet? Right? If they can go, well, I'm a real woman, I look like a real woman, look, I even grew boobs like a real woman. You're not. You know, the tackle just, you know what I mean? It's not, it's the wrong bait, bro. Women who play, this is true, women who play Mortal Kombat or are fans of the franchise will literally cosplay the you know what I'm saying, outfits for the female characters in MK. They've neutered them to shit from modern sensibilities, and women will still cosplay as the 09 variants. I think that means something. That's correct. Because it's sexy. Because it goes into the feminine look. Yeah, you know, if you're an obese chick, you're not probably going to pull off the katana look. You can do it, but you know what I mean? Same way, you know, some fat middle-aged dude is not going to pull off a Liu Kang. You can still do it, bro. You can dress however you want. That's cool, whatever. This is a huge, huge L. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. And this, let's leave with this couple of final thoughts. By Jack, I agree with the first girl. If you're celebrating how ugly they make female characters now, congratulations on a successful upload of lefty re-education. There's nothing noble or feminist about making ugly characters. Women destroy other women. Right? There have been cases where you got women CEOs who hire men because they can't stand the bitchiness in the office. Right? Because they always view other women as a threat. So what do? They uglify the women. Soul Bad Guy Training says, so you can rip people's spines out, but you can't show thigh. Johnny is topless with briefs. Sex sells. Maybe the sales would have been like MKX if they kept women beautiful. Yeah, but they weren't really beautiful in that game though. They were starting to go real fugly. Right? They were really fugly, like Fubar. You know. And I could tell there was a massive change, not just in the looks, but also the gameplay. That's when things changed for me gameplay-wise as well. Right? I know a lot of people love MK10, and MK10 does have a good roster, but if I'm real, that's when it started changing. There was a radical shift in not just gameplay and looks of characters, but also, like, not saying all of them, but particularly the women, to a degree. It was slow, but it's always slow. They don't just do it instantly, right? If you came out, okay, put it like this. If you came out after MK9 with, say, MK1 right now, you would see that we're already boiling to death, like the frog in the frying pan, right? A lot of women, this is true. You know, Twitter is not the real world, right? Because censorship is nothing to be celebrated about. And even women are saying something about it now. That's right. These are the people that will sit there and say that the bad guy from that second war that we had back in the day, it was all bad because of censorship and the suppression and blah, blah, blah. And yet these people are literally asking for the same thing. So, anyway guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time.